Hi, I'm Lou with another episode of My Car Story. We're out in Scottsdale, Arizona at the Rock and Roll McDonald's, and I've just met Dave. Dave, nice to see you.
Nice to meet you, Lou.
Dave Hawkins, and Dave was introduced to me by someone else we've done a My Car Story for. So he has a custom Mercury that just, well, the back end of this car is pretty amazing, let alone the rest of the car. So I'm going to grab the camera as I usually do. So Dave, first of all, what kind of car do we have here today?
Lou, this is a 1940 Mercury two-door coupe, and I purchased this in November of 1993, and the build took about 3 years, which I did mainly in my garage at my house here in Scottsdale.
Show me the picture of the original purchase of this car.
Well, this was in Hemmings magazine when I first found it. It came out of Amarillo, Texas. Initially he wanted about $6,000, and after I saw it on the trailer, we renegotiated the price down to about $4,000. It had been home to a number of rats as I started to clean it up, so it was a bit of a mess as we started.
And there's another part to this story, that when you were able to get a car and you had some money for a 40 Merc, what happened there?
Well, as a kid growing up in Montana, I'd saved up $400 from a paper route. And the first car that I wanted to buy was a 40 Mercury for $400. But my father said, nope, that car has dual exhaust and you're going to get in trouble. So it took me about 40 years later and I finally got a 40 Mercury, and so this is where we started.
So when you got the 40 Mercury and you pulled it in, and did you show it to your dad? What'd your dad say?
Well, I don't know, as he was really excited, was wondering what did I get myself involved in.
He's still bitter about it.
After 3 years of hard work, we finally finished it, and this is what we ended up with.
Let's take a look at our featured attraction. I'm going to take a look. Now this car has a substantial back end stance. Let's take a look at that. Holy cow, let me just show that from the back.
There's a couple of things here, Lou, that we
Sure.
did. I had the taillights custom molded, the exhaust tips we built, and I also have a 32 Roadster, so I put a trailer hitch on this. And there's a receiver hitch that goes into here.
Wow.
And then I can tow the Roadster behind it, and the trailer for the Roadster is painted the same color green as this.
Dave, do me one favor. Stand on the side of this car for a minute.
All right.
You're 6'4", and get a little closer. I just want to show the absolute size of that trunk. I mean, there's a 6'4" person. I can fit a couple of you back there. So come on over with me for a second. Let's take an overall look at the side of this car.
Well, first thing that you'll probably notice is the top has been chopped about 5 inches.
Okay.
The Mercuries didn't have as nice a roof line as the 40 Fords, so most of the Mercuries were chopped. George Barris and Gene Winfield were pretty famous for chopping the Mercuries. You can see the rear fenders are molded in. The running boards have been stripped of the rubber and customized. I've got flush door handles off of the Mazda. It also has a one-piece windshield that I had custom made for it.
Look at that. That must have been tricky.
And this has independent suspension under the front, disc brakes all around. And then from a power standpoint, this has a 502 cubic inch injected big block Chevy with a 4L80E transmission. Power steering, refrigeration, power seats, power windows, stereo.
That's
all the comforts of a new car.
Let's take a look at the interior.
The interior, basically, the seats are out of a 92 Eldorado Cadillac, and then in the console also. The dash is a digital dash.
I'm going to want to see that when you turn it on. Look at that. Wow, is that comfortable? Definitely the best of both worlds. Look at this. I'll show you that from there.
And we can open the hood here if you
like.
like.
Let's do that. I want to do one other thing too. The pedals down there. Okay. Oh wow.
And
Wow.
these put out about 475 horsepower, but the main thing is they're 520 foot-pounds of torque at 3,200 RPM. So
You know,
it's a torque that's really impressive.
you were kind enough to drive me over here, and just even in the little simple driving somewhat, I'll call it normally, I could feel the pull. And from such a big car, I was not expecting that at all. I was like, okay, we're gonna get in it. It's gonna have a custom motor. It's gonna sound pretty nice. And all of a sudden, I was like, whoa! I'm being pulled back. I'm being pulled back a little bit in that Cadillac seat. That's for sure.
Well,
Let's start it up. People are gonna want to hear this. And I
All
want
right.
to look over your shoulder just to see that dashboard light up.
okay.
So let me just stay right here first. Do me a favor, just jump in for a second. Give me a little rev, please. That's an angry little Mercury.
Well, it's been all over the country. We've been as far north as Sacramento, San Diego, Oklahoma City. So I like to drive it and get it out and make use of it. So I had one gal one time, it was not a car gal, come up and she said, "What year Lexus is this?" After she looked at all the stereo and the air conditioning and the controls in it. But I said, "No, it's a 40 Mercury."
It's a brand new one, sweetheart. Yeah. Hey,
So-
Dave, thanks for the story. Thanks for the car. Thanks for putting together an amazing build. Thanks for being on my
Well,
car
thank you
story.
very much. Appreciate it.